for 2 weeks and then I dropped it. But the employment contract is not fair, okay? I cannot argue my perspective. However, these men were basically, you have to correct the AI when it goes wrong.
But none of this is going to be. None of this is going to be on. Just want to say that.
Bro, if this isn't in it, I'm never coming in any other podcast.
This is not going to be it.
I'll replace it. I'll replace it.
That's it, boys. This is me writing. This is me standing up for my employer rights and freedom of speech. Okay?
Idiocracy, a podcast run by 3 idiots. Daniel,
Nuwfall, Sharose.
This is better than all the other shows.
Our long discussions that will keep you in the motion.
Unpredictability, inadequacy, seriousness, playfulness, laughs, cries, respect, sincerity, and plenty of observations.
Idiocracy.
Definitely not a democracy.
Hello guys, welcome back to another episode of Idiocracy. I know it's been a while, but we are back indeed. Today I'm here with Nuwfall. Hi Nuwfall, how you doing?
I'm good, bro.
And we also have a guest.
How you doing?
I'm alright.
Ed.
I'm alright.
I'm good. I guess. Oh, is this why I introduce him? Okay.
I mean, if you want to, yeah, sure.
In the blue corner stands at 5'3".
Damn.
Mahmoud. That's it. That's your introduction.
Say all I am 5'3". Okay.
I'm 5'4". You are.
Pleasure to be on today, boys.
For those of you who don't know him, Mahmoud is one of our friends. I met him at uni 2 years ago.
Yeah, first year.
And he's in the same course as Nuwfall. I'm not gonna bait him out, but yeah, you can probably understand what course he does. And yeah, we just wanted to have a talk with him today, a little chat. So how you doing, Mahmoud?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. Third year, final year. Having to put in work because Nuwfall has not been carrying his load, but yeah, it's been not too bad.
Boom, mad sentence. Okay.
The articulation in the precipitation causes the
intergalactic wavelength, and that's why a mile and a length are actually the same.
That's pretty cool.
That's why my red blood cells and my white blood cells are cousins.
Mad.
I mean, I don't want to bring this up, but like, it's the same topics, right, throughout the whole year. Like the whole pandemic, everyone is depressed, like, you know, all that stuff. But another event that you could argue has been a bit life-changing recently has been the elections, the American elections, US elections.
I mean, I don't know about life-changing, mate. My life's still the same.
Well,
yeah, but it's been significant.
Yeah, yes, a significant event. Year-changing event.
Nuwfall, just go with it, man.
Innit?
True. I apologise, man. Go on,
what do you guys think about Trump saying Biden, but not actually saying Biden? You know?
Jeez. I swear I just saw that he tweeted that I won.
He won the elections.
Yeah, he literally said that today, which is, not gonna lie, I didn't expect him to do
Biden
it.
said inshallah and all these fake Muslims voted for him, man. Get out.
He did quote a hadith fairly accurately.
You know what? I saw that.
I got respect.
Have you seen that video? Like, this brother's one day he's a Muslim, one day he's a Christian.
Now, you know that Islamic Nasheed background that they put on those videos to make them emotional?
Yeah.
That got edited in and that was jokes.
Yeah.
But if that made you, when he said inshallah and mashallah in that hadith, if that made American Muslims vote for Trump, then you need to question your IQ.
I mean, I feel like they probably did.
You mean Biden, not Trump?
Yeah, Biden. But you still know that 35% of American Muslims voted for Trump.
Really?
Yeah.
That's some crazy stats.
That's like, you would never expect that. I think the percent that voted for, I think that's the highest a Republican has received for like maybe 25 years from the Muslim population in the US.
Whoa. But you know what? I think Trump has a strategy. Like, you know, like if you keep telling yourself a certain lie, even as fake as it could be, if you keep saying it over and over again, it starts sounding like a truth. So I think that's you know what Nuwfall says. Oh, I'm 6 foot. Like one day you'll be like, you know what? Maybe I believe it. Why not? Sure, why not? 6 foot. Why not? I think Trump is trying to do this exact same thing.
Yeah, Nuwfall's got 6 foot genes though. That like there's a partial element of truth, whereas for Trump, I don't think there's no like it's factually true, but he didn't win the election. So yeah, at least Nuwfall, when he lies, it's not too fake. I'm not sure about the West Ham thing. Is there any grain of truth in that, Nuwfall?
Boys, I have to come clean. I lied.
Whoa.
What bombshell?
Is this breaking news?
It was Aston Villa's academy. It wasn't even West Ham.
Oh my! Were you balling with Jack Grealish?
No, I didn't knew him then. I was in like the year above him.
Oh mad! Even though he's 25.
No, but he's 25, but he got sent back a couple of years. It's a bit dumb, innit? So,
Yeah.
I used to play in the under 14s and he used to play in the under 13s.
Crazy. So he looked up to you.
Well, I had to look up to him because like he's a bit taller than me.
The height,
But
yeah.
yeah.
That's crazy. Okay, Nuwfall, if you were in the US, who would you voted for? Who would you have voted for?
I do not vote. It is against the Sharia to vote.
Oh, prevent. We are joking.
You know what? I've always said this. They're all gonna bomb the Middle East, and Trump is at least very clear with what he says.
Okay.
What about overall policies besides just the Middle East? Like,
I don't know their policies, but apparently some people are hating on Biden because he's trying to fixate on the US, and he's trying to like, I don't know what he's trying to. His policies and stuff are more like US centered. It's not like world related. So people are hating on him for that.
what about you, Daniel?
Well, first of all, I want to say that this is a personal opinion, obviously. Like, Americans have been celebrating because obviously Trump is out of office, but I think that it's not that much of a W. Like, getting Biden is just, it's not even good. It's just like not as bad, I would say, but it's still really bad. Like, if you look at it from a certain point of view, if they really wanted to win, if they really wanted to change after this whole 4 years of Trump, and ideally they should have realized by now that, come on, we've been through hell for 4 years. We need like a real change, not something that's similar to Trump, but like that looks a bit better. We need like a real change. Like, I don't know, maybe Bernie Sanders, but even then, I don't know how much of a change that is. But
what do you want these guys to do? A revolution?
No,
free
I mean,
the US.
I mean, maybe a civil war would have been nice. I don't condone it, but I'm just saying
Guys said the civil would be nice.
it could have been an option. But yeah, they needed like an option that was completely different to Trump. I don't understand why they went for something that's like just about similar. Even though they have 4 years. That makes you think about the mentality of Americans. That even though in social media you see that we're going through hell and stuff like that, the other 50%, the other 60-70% of America actually has been living their life apparently because they're fine with Trump and Biden. So
social media has played a big part in that. So if you've seen that Netflix documentary, what was it about the social dilemma, like they create bubbles on social media where you're only exposed to like-minded people, and then you fall down that rabbit hole. So like on most forms of social media, they're left-leaning, the people on it, and so you actually believe that everyone is like you. And then when it comes down to it, you realize that there are so many more people who aren't like you. Like with the UK election, everyone thought Jeremy Corbyn and Labour were going to win.
Yeah.
But look how that turned out.
No, in fact, even if you look at this election with Trump, I mean, obviously the things Trump tweeted, those are not obviously professional, like not even allowed, I think. But like other right wing people that tweeted about supporting Trump and stuff like that, they've been shadow banned, they've been like suspended, their accounts have been suspended. But when is it that like those platforms are like companies and not like platforms where you can just talk normally? Like, what if you get censored when you talk in public? Would that be the same or is that different? That's when.
What do you mean?
That's from the? Did you see that Joe Rogan exclusive with the Twitter execs and Tim Pool?
Jack, is it at Jack?
Oh. Yeah. So he had them on and he was like basically questioning them and like specific cases where it's mainly been right wing people who get censored or blacklisted, like Alex Jones and I think Stephen Crowder and then Mino Yiannopoulos and all those sorts of guys. But Twitter, they have their own policy in it, and so it's
because it's
very,
privatized.
very
It's privatized.
It's a private company,
but at the same time, everyone uses it.
Yeah,
it's sort of like
yeah. Twitter's become the main means by which people express their First Amendment right in the US.
Mm-hmm.
Despite that, they have their own policy which isn't in line with the First Amendment. So you've got that counterbalance or like contradiction between their terms and conditions and absolute freedom of speech. So I don't know how they're going to do that, but there have been calls for those companies to be forced to accept the First Amendment and just allow everything on their site. But then, like in real life, for example, like Twitter, they ban you for harassment and abuse. And like in real life, if someone's abusing you or harassing you, you can just leave them or like walk away at like a protest or something. But on Twitter, it can be like an army of people constantly attacking you, and you can't really escape it unless you get off the platform. So it's like it's a poses like a difficult ethical question.
We'll see. Yeah, it's all based on like how do you categorize these apps, innit? Twitter, Instagram, Facebook.
But I think overall they do good work, Twitter, innit? But it's dangerous what they do with like creating bubbles, and like it's become way more divisive now on like on social media as opposed to before, like political discourse.
Yeah, because it creates an
crazy.
illusion, right? Because you think, oh, okay, that's it. Biden's gonna have an easy win, and then you'll be like, oh shit, how's Trump keeping up with this? How's he doing so well? Like, is America that racist? I'm like, yeah, America is that racist, I guess. But
Turns out it actually is, yeah.
No, but they're not. Look, hold up. I'd like to. I've talked to many Americans who vote for Trump. Number one thing.
many. you talked.
Okay, one or two.
Okay.
Which circles
They
have
get-
you been in?
They get annoyed when you call them racist because you vote for Trump. It just does not. The dots in their head do not connect. How am I racist if I'm voting for Trump? And to be honest, there is some truth to it. You have to realize we're looking at it from like a, I don't know, like a BAME perspective or like a Muslim minority perspective. We tend to focus on like the foreign policies and stuff, and like their actions in like, let's say the Middle East, or their actions in our like population. But they're different. Like they're whites. They look at it from like a different perspective. Not like as in like that stuff really doesn't concern them. They're probably like more concerned with what they're going to do for the country, what they're going to do with like foreign relations, X, Y, and Z. They don't really care about Trump and what he's going to do for the BAME population and how, like, that's not something they look at. Do you get it? Our perspective on choosing candidates are completely different.
That's true. Again,
so as in where we'd rule out Boris Johnson completely for like a racist remark. Like these like British people won't even look twice, or probably haven't even come across it. Do you get me?
that's our bubble, isn't it? But I don't even think, to be honest, Trump, I think how bad he's been has been overstated. Like, before COVID, the economy was doing well. Obviously, the COVID response was terrible. And that's probably his biggest hindrance and probably why he lost.
Yeah, that's the only reason he lost, yeah.
his
Biden
Middle East-
would have had no chance if it wasn't for COVID.
Yeah, 100%. And then, like, if you look at his Middle East policy, okay, there was no, like, actual interventions, but he did do some negative stuff. Like, he did increase drone attacks, secret ones, which aren't on official record. And so people aren't aware of it. Like, they say, oh, he hasn't continued Obama strikes, but he's actually expanded them. And then the main thing that he's done recently has been the normalization of ties with Israel, which obviously, as Muslims, we're going to be critical of. But mainly for Trump, it's actually been his inaction. Like in Libya, he didn't act. In Syria, he's not acted. And so with US foreign policy, if you vote for Biden, he won't be racist to Muslims in the US, but he's way more likely to bomb Muslims abroad. Whereas Trump is more likely to be racist to Muslims in the US, but not bomb them abroad. So it's two heads of the same coin, I think.
Yeah.
I'd rather somebody explicit who actually voices what they say, like what they think, which is Trump. Like, he doesn't think twice. He said some very questionable things. Where Biden will lie to your face, PR, it's all PR. And then obviously you get affected.
What do you guys think about the first female vice president?
Oh, I don't even talk about it.
I don't want to, honestly,
gassing up Israel. Get out of it, man.
Identity politics is so stupid. It's actually pathetic. Why are you voting for people based on their identity? Like, what people used to say, or what people should say, is you don't vote for someone based off their appearance. You actually vote for them based off their character. Now it's the complete opposite. Like, in combating racism, you say you don't judge people by their skin, you judge by their content. Whereas for these guys, it's actually the opposite now. They're choosing people based off their identity as opposed to their policies. So it's a complete role reversal.
Yeah, I like this vice president. Obviously, it's a good thing. First female vice president, South Asian, black, and all that. But the content, as you said, is not there. Like, if you go look at the stuff that she's been doing, it's not as impressive as like other female politicians that could have held that position.
Do you know what I don't understand? We live in like the 21st century now, where like it's not 100%, but females do get, we'll say, as much opportunity as men in most careers, especially in the West.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, sure, you should applaud a female for being in that position, but like the system is set up for anybody to be in that position. Like, why is it? I feel like they over applaud that a female's in that position. Like, why do I have to sit here? Or like, I get it. Like, you went through years of like, what's it called when the society is male focused? Patriarchy.
Yeah, but that Nuwfall, to play devil's advocate. I just want to say that that's not. We can't really talk about that as men, because we should have a female and talk about stuff like that with them.
No, you can't.
No,
I refuse. No,
trust me. There is still a lot of differences going on, and like we are in that bubble that was in social media where like we're not experiencing stuff like that. So I don't think it's fit for us to like talk about stuff like that.
No, I'm not. Like, Daniel, number one, I can talk about it, by the way.
You can, but like
and
your
just,
comments would...
Okay, let's say in this specific instance I do lack knowledge. I of course do. I'm just voicing my opinion. But let's say I said I had the knowledge and I still was on the view that we're overdoing it. I can still voice my opinion. I like, the one thing I hate is when, like, let's say Muslims, like females, are like, oh, you can't tell me not to wear the hijab. Or da. Yes, I can. Like, do you get me? Like, just because I'm a male, it doesn't stop me. Obviously, there's a way to do it, and I agree most ways of people saying, like, telling females to wear a hijab is very wrong, and I do agree that sometimes they, like, cross the line. But you still have the right, like, it's the right to argue certain things that just because it doesn't apply to you doesn't mean you can't, like, give advice or argue about it.
No, again, mine is just an advice. I'd rather you have, like, an opinion that's, like, not ignorant. It's an opinion that's, like, you know, well informed.
But I'm not
built up on, like, information.
No. But it's no. I do agree, Daniel. I agree that there's certain things I probably don't see. I do agree that there's still female struggle. Like I said, it's not 100%. I do agree that it should be applauded, but it's like what Mahmoud was saying. Like, the system right now is set up for you. Like, it's set up on an equal field. You should be applauded for it. But, like, you shouldn't be put in that position because, like, you're a female, do you get me? Or, like, because you're a minority.
Yeah.
Or you shouldn't be like, oh, my God, yeah, first female. Like I said, applaud it, like, first female vice president, whatever, good for you. But that shouldn't be, like, a female shouldn't go to, like, the election. Obviously, you don't vote for the vice president, right? It's just, like,
you vote for the both candidates, yeah.
Yeah, it's part of the ticket, as they call it.
Yeah, you can't... Like, you can't look at it and be like Mahmoud was saying, oh, BAME, oh, female, she'll be the first female VP, yeah, I want to pick her.
Yeah, 100%. If only we had, what's his name? Jordan Peterson here to give us his take on the patriarchy.
Cool. He would have given us some mad characterization of, like, gender and stuff. Have you watched that podcast where he did that study in, what is it, Finland and stuff like that?
I've pretty much, like, there was a period in, like, May, June, where all I did was watch Jordan Peterson on YouTube.
Same.
I finished his book, The 12 Rules for Life. It's pretty good. Bit of waffle, but I think it's very good.
So much waffle.
They did a study in Finland where they gave women, like, more rights than they used to have. And after, like, few years or few months, I can't remember, instead of choosing the jobs that men were taking, the women slowly went back to, like, those female-based jobs that were more common before.
Yeah,
like,
he always
that's
says
how
that.
society moved back there. I mean, I don't know how factual that is, but yeah.
No, it's true, because he always points to, if you want to tell if it's society or if it's just the nature, like the difference between men and women that determine their jobs, you should always, if you want to, like, analyze that, you have to go to the countries where they're most egalitarian, so they're most equal, so the Scandinavian countries, so Norway, Denmark, Sweden, and Finland. And when you look at those countries, differences between men and women are actually greater than they are in countries that are less equal. It's counterintuitive. You'd think that when it becomes more equal, they become more alike. But actually, the equal opportunity and the equal footing that they place them at allow for their natural differences to become even wider. So you have even less like women in STEM, and you have even less men in like healthcare and teaching. So it's standard what's it called, like sociological assessments now. But a lot of people on the left don't accept it. It's a bit weird.
Thank you for confirming that. I just butchered the argument. Thank you for like making it sound good. Making it sound good, yeah.
And this is why he does my work. I'm joking.
Law firms. Nuwfall is hardworking, motivated, and he's a great team worker, and he contributes a lot.
Team leader.
Please hire him.
Bro, if I'll tell you right now,
nice
grad
fix,
recruitment
nice
is listening to this, and they're probably already like, whoa, this guy's probably a bit controversial. They already rejected me. You know what? I applaud grad recruitment for getting into finding this podcast and listening to me. At least they put effort in.
At least we got a listening info. That's what you have to think about.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, at least they put effort in. And
on the topic of graduate recruitment, look at this. I will not name this firm. I will not give them the respect by naming them.
No free clout. No free clout. No free clout.
No free clout. Not on this platform. You have to be sponsored to feature on this platform.
Yeah, exactly.
No joke. This is a serious platform. These guys, basically, I was doing an assessment, and part of the assessment, the longest task was 15 minutes. I had 5 minutes left, and I was undertaking some detailed analysis when my Wi-Fi disconnected and the website froze. And so by the time I actually got back on, like the time ran out. And so I had to move on to the next task. Yeah, this is a firm. I will not name them. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to expose them, nor do I want a lawsuit. And I sent them an email straight away, and they were like, yeah, we'll take on your consideration. You know what you were meant to write, can you please write it in? And I explained that I didn't have the data, so what I was going to come to as a conclusion, I couldn't do. And then they emailed me today, literally maybe an hour after sending an email like, oh, we've taken what you've said, we're going to factor into your application. And they straight up rejected me. And I feel, honestly, I think this is a common theme me and Nuwfall have, of graduate recruitment and how bad they are. Nuwfall, who do you think is the worst?
By the way, I do. This is something I'm really passionate about. I think the recruitment, the way they recruit is very bad. It is so disgusting, bro. It's legit. It's not a matter of your ability. It's based on who has the better interview techniques.
That's true.
It legit has nothing to do with your ability as
100%.
An individual. And it's so dumb because I don't get it. As an employer, wouldn't you want the best employee? You don't really care how. You don't care about the interview techniques. You could get for example, especially with your area, Daniel, the engineering and stuff. That obviously not to say all, but it's just that what's that thing called? There's the stereotype that engineering students are not social. They're very introverted. All of that.
It's just what?
So what do you say?
Nothing. Carry on.
Yeah. So I'd say they wouldn't be good people for interview techniques and stuff, but they tend to be very smart and very intellectual, and they still get their jobs in their fields, and they probably do well because they're smart individuals. But in our field, it's very heavily, the recruitment process is very heavily focused on not your ability as an individual, but the way you present yourself and stuff. And I think it's so dumb. For example, most law interviews, if you get to the assessment center, you do a case study exercise. I'd say that's probably the only time they truly test your ability.
100%. Everything else,
I think that's so stupid.
Everything else is interview prep, who you know and what contacts you have. And also it skews in favour of a particular demographic, which I think is quite obvious, who they get trained in these soft skills from when they're very, very young. They've got contacts from as soon as they finish GCSEs, they go into A-level programs, they go into first-year schemes, and that's all because of the personal connections that they have. And then from there, that you gather an advantage over everyone else. So you can have the most qualified candidate. Let me think of someone, someone who has 3 stars. He's got really good experience. He's got he's top of his class, and that still doesn't mean that you're guaranteed an internship or a graduate role. And I think, honestly, I'm not in that person's position to, truly understand how sad that must be, but it must be really tough for someone like that. What do you guys think?
You know what? Like he's like as much as he's like, you know, taking a piss of it. He does have a point. You know? Like he's not like Mahmoud isn't dumb. You get me? Like he's a smart guy, and the way he presents himself isn't dumb, and the way he answers stuff isn't dumb. And somebody like that still doesn't have the opportunity to like get an internship, let alone a job.
Why are you being sarcastic,
is
bro?
so
Why are
stupid.
you being sarcastic? Are you calling
I'm
Mahmoud
being
dumb? Are you
legit.
calling him dumb?
Honestly,
guy, man.
have you
What are
seen
you
this
doing?
guy?
What are you on about?
Nuwfall,
I'm just
you're
saying, like,
patronising
somebody like Mahmoud, yeah. If he can't even get an internship, let alone
That's not true. I do have one. Let's just put a
job.
disclaimer in.
Okay,
Let's put a
Mahmoud,
disclaimer.
he has one, but he didn't get it the orthodox way. Like it was
COVID.
Like,
COVID.
You sound jealous.
besides
Do
the
you
point-
sound jealous? Are you jealous?
what do you mean jealous? I'm just saying. I just hate the process. The process is so stupid. It's nothing to do with your ability. It's nothing to do with your ability, and even then, it's a long process. Like at least you gotta apply, and then you gotta do applications that take a couple of hours, and you can't just apply to one firm. You have to apply to many, and then you got video interviews and critical thinking tests, and then if you're lucky, make it to the assessment center, and then guess what? If you fail the assessment center, apparently all you get is a 30-second phone call, feedback, 30 seconds. You know.
If that. Oh, and some firms, I'm not going to say who, but they begin with a B and end with Zohir.
Do you want me to keep that in?
No, it's Zohir. It's, you know, small local practice here in Manchester.
Okay.
Yeah. So this firm reimbursed me like £130 about 5 months late. Had to send about 10 emails.
Oh, how
And
nice.
the feedback that they give you in terms of like quote unquote individual feedback for your assessment centre is literally like they say your strengths, you've got leadership, and then a weakness or something to work on is also leadership, you know, which isn't particularly useful. But honestly, the recruitment process is just a joke. Have you applied for any internships, Daniel? What's it like for your sector?
Yeah, I want to talk about my sector, which is like STEM or engineering.
By the way, Daniel, Daniel applied for something with him as well, the Manchester office.
Yes, big up. I think.
He applied. Tell what he applied to.
I can't remember. Did I?
Did you get it or not?
I can't remember what I applied for. I probably haven't got a response yet. But yeah, now I have to censor that, Nuwfall. Thank you. What was I gonna say? Okay, so for my field, the engineering field, obviously it's different from yours, but I think it's developing. Like I don't know how your process was like a couple of years ago, if it was as competitive and as like tedious when it comes to like the different stages. I feel like year by year it gets like the requirements become higher and higher on what you need to get like a graduate job. But for engineering, it's getting there slowly. Because like a few years ago, I heard, okay, you just go to a good uni, get a good degree, and that's it. You secured a job. And then after a few years, we're like, oh, but now you need experience. So you know what? You should go and do a year in, I don't know, in industry to get some experience. And then you've got like a advantage on other people. So then we'll pick you. And now slowly, even that advantage is disappearing. So even if you have that experience, they're like, okay, have you done anything else extra? And then that's going to be your advantage. And then I'm scared that it's slowly going to be turned into your course, into your process, where like you have to be charismatic in the interviews. Actually, like it's not based on like the content; it's more based on like the presentation of the content. And if it starts becoming like that, I mean, overall it does improve the level of the engineer. It makes him more versatile, but at the same time, it doesn't focus as much on the content. Or it might still do. I don't know, but if it does become like that, I feel like engineers are gonna be more like charlatans and less, actual. They're not gonna be actual problem solvers. But me personally, I think, I'm not graduating this year like you guys. Inshallah next year, but I'm trying to get some sort of summer placement experience over the next summer. I could do a year in industry. I could take a year out and do it in industry, which is easier for me to apply to and to get a place. But at the same time, I'm trying to be time efficient. So if I can get something in the summer, I wouldn't have to take that year out. So I'm looking, the process, like Nuwfall helped me to, maybe I shouldn't say this, but all I say, Nuwfall helped me to apply for some of these firms, or the first stages at least. And he found it easy, obviously. I know your guys' application is much more complicated than mine, and he found it easy. So he's seen that my process is not hard. It's just that the competition really starts to come up when it comes to like the interview stages and where you have to show the content, you have to apply the content. That's
100%, yeah.
But yeah, I'm just looking like you guys are, but you guys are looking for jobs. I'm just looking for experience.
And we're also stuck now because of COVID.
Yeah.
Like COVID's it has ruined the job market already. And if it continues like this, it's gonna continue to ruin it, because like I got into another final stage interview for an actual job a couple of months ago, and they said usually out of the 7 candidates, it was across 3 offices in the Middle East, 7 candidates. They said that normally they would hire 3 people, so you've pretty much got like a 45% chance just based off numbers, regardless of like your ability. But then they said no, it's only because of like financial constraints and COVID, we're gonna reduce it to just one person out of the 8 candidates or 7 candidates, whatever it was. So just from that, like, it makes it a lot harder. So now it's tough times, which is probably a good reason why everyone should have like more than one source of income.
But you know what, Mahmoud?
Tough time never lasts.
Yeah, tough times never last, Mahmoud. So
Yeah, that's a special video, honestly. Daniel, you wouldn't even know the extent to which how much I've needed that video has been it's been in use.
Tough time never lasts, Mahmoud. Only tough people last.
Only tough people last. Very
And
true.
yeah, on the topic of income streams and that, Mahmoud, would you like to talk about your little business endeavor?
Yes, why not? Yeah, so Arij Fragrances on Instagram.
Jeez, what's that?
Obviously, we're going to be selling fragrances largely from the House of Creed, which is
Largely. Yeah.
largely
Entirely.
so far, but we plan on branching out, maybe Tom Ford, Dior, stuff like that, depending on if we can secure them.
Kristen Dior.
So I've had some questions and I haven't had the chance to actually ask them. Ask Nuwfall. Obviously, Nuwfall knows nothing. So how does it actually work? So you get the fragrance from who? From a supplier, I'm assuming.
Let's call them. Okay, so brief background. So to understand it, you need to know like the context of it. So House of Creed are like the oldest fragrance house, 1760, set up by like, I think it was King James. Like, they made specific perfume for him, and then they went and made specific perfumes for Napoleon III, like Kaiser Wilhelm, all the like monarchs in Europe. So in terms of prestige and like brand, they've got the best, and that's reflected in their prices. Like, they are the highest quality. So like a 100ml bottle of Creed Aventus, which is their best seller, sells for £280. So, and obviously it's in demand, and pretty much everyone loves Creed Aventus, which is the best seller, but they do have other ones. So basically, yeah, the price makes it inaccessible to most people. However, let's just call this person X. I have a relationship with X, and he or she is involved with Creed and is able to utilize a advantage which only employees can. And from that, we're able to obtain these items for a reduced price.
Okay.
All items are authentic and genuine with receipts.
House of Creed about to audit the whole employer base.
Good luck finding X.
So wait, so you do the rebranding of the thing, of the bottle. You like do you like rebrand it with your own brand? Is that what you do?
No. So we sell it like it's original packaging.
Basically,
everything.
as from what I understand, like, you've just made a website which is basically like Shopify, but you still, like, instead of like going to eBay and Facebook and all of that to sell your product, which you might still do, but right now you basically Shopify'd it, branded it, called it a Reed Fragrance, and that's it.
I think that's I hope that's not a misconception that people have. Basically, so you know, like the fragrance shop or the perfume shop, I forgot what it's called, or even like Boots.
Yeah.
They don't make their own perfume; they just sell the perfume.
Yeah.
So that's what we are, like a retailer, reseller, distributor, something, one of those. So yeah, we currently sell on eBay and through individual contacts, like in person, and PayPal. But we're planning to expand to an Instagram shop, a store, like an online store.
But that's what I just said.
Yeah. But no, we don't rebrand it or anything, yeah.
No,
And
but
we don't
you
put
do
on-
add your own. I mean, it's different products, but you do add your like own packaging and stuff like that.
No, there's nothing that's ours. Like, we keep the same packaging, we do everything. We just like the marketing for them and the pictures and stuff.
Okay.
We did that ourselves. But everything else, we're not changing the packaging or anything. We're not producing a product, we're selling on a product.
Okay, fair enough. So you said, so if anyone wants to have a look at this fragrance, where can they go to find it?
Reach Fragrances on Instagram, and if you just type in, for example, Creed's gift box or gift sample or Aventus sample, any of those phrases, I think we're one of the top sellers on eBay for that, and we'll come up. We haven't quite sorted it out yet, but the best way to contact us is Reach Fragrances, and anyone who comes and...
How do you spell that, by the way? Whenever I watch or listen to podcasts and they advertise it, they never tell you how to spell it.
That's good
And
point.
you're just like, whatever.
That's a good point.
I'm not gonna-
So AREEJ Fragrances, and if you message us and let us know that you're from this podcast, we'll give you a small discount of, let's say, 10%. I'm pushing out there, but 10%.
Ooh.
Yeah. And your
That's
price...
too much. That's too much,
10% is huge.
Times are tough.
No, considering the price of the fragrance, 10% is actually huge if you think about it.
Yeah, but the profit margins are good.
No,
and also...
you don't say that.
Yeah, if you do contact us on Instagram, we can sell it for less because eBay charge ridiculous fees, and that's another conversation. Selling on eBay, whilst it's the best way to reach people initially, if you don't have like clients or consumers or people who are attached to the business or company, they take a stupid amount of fees, and it's not just like a one-time fee. They take a sell fee, a listing fee.
Yeah, you get fees from eBay, then you get fees from PayPal as well. It's like
Yeah,
you
and
lose
there's
like 10%
3 separate
of the whole
eBay
thing.
fees.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, if not more actually. Yeah, I'd say more.
You get like 10% eBay and like 2.5% PayPal.
So yeah, I'll put the app in the description of the podcast if anyone wants to go find out what it is, have a look at it. Make sure you tell them that Idiocracy sent you to get that discount. Obviously,
He's not getting a single message saying Idiocracy.
you never know. I feel like a certain Danial my message. I don't know. We'll see. But
We're gonna be using the discount.
Yeah, when the money's good, though, Phil, when the Roblox money comes through, you know.
Roblox.
no, but I did. I'm actually gonna be honest here. I did have a smell of the sample, and it actually smells so good. So you guys should actually go have a look at it. It's actually really good. I just want to say that. But yeah.
Jeez. Big up Daniel. So, Thingy, have you been keeping up with football this year? You know, since we're all free from the shackles of a particular football data operating company.
Oh yeah, they fired you.
Listen. I want to talk about this. Just
Oh yeah,
maybe
go on. Daddy told me,
bro.
I was shocked. Go on.
maybe I can't talk too much about it. I won't name the company, obviously, for legal
Let's
reasons.
call them Olivia, as Nuwfall has used before.
Let's call them first football. All right, let's call them first football. So first football. We worked, me, Nuwfall, Mahmoud, and another one of Siam. You guys have heard of Siam. We worked at this company called First Football last year. Very, very decent company, flexible hours and everything. But one by one, all of us got let go from that company. So it started with, I think you could argue and say that Siam left, okay? You could argue and say that Siam left, whatever. And Nuwfall then got...
Okay, guys, let me tell you my story, guys.
Okay, go on.
I didn't go to a shift, okay? And I emailed them and I said, I cannot attend. I have university. To which one of their employees responded to me and said, okay, that is fine. 6 p.m. that day on a Friday afternoon, I am minding my business. And I get a phone call. And it's from a number I do not recognize. And I answer the call. And you know what? I forgot the name. I forgot her name. Anyway, she's like, she called me, she's like, Nuwfall? I'm like, yes, speaking. And they told me they have decided to let me go. Let me go. But bear in mind, the same day they said, "Oh, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Come in the weekend or whatever."
Well,
Yeah, that's my sad story. And guys, I was on different kind of money. I was nearly about to buy my mama a house, and then they decided to buy it.
well. Anyway, that shows the professionalism of the company. Well, then they let me go a few months after they let Nuwfall go.
No, so there was a period before that. So it was me and Daniel. We were the sole survivors.
Yeah.
Of
for a good,
this company.
Yeah, for a good few months we were just chilling and like we're earning different kind of money.
The thing is with this company, it progressively got worse. So before it was like an open democracy. We were breaking the rules. We were chilling. But then it became like Robert Mugabe. It became a dictatorship. We had a certain man by the name of Adil Father. That's not his entire correct name, but yeah, he was a dictator.
Adil
There was
Father.
another guy called. There's a guy who sounded like his name. I can't remember his name, but it sounded like Colonel, but it wasn't Colonel. He was also quite dictatorial, and yeah, it got progressively worse.
Well, anyway, I got let go, and then Mahmoud's contract ended by the end of that year, and they decided not to renew his contract. So he basically got let go.
Whoa! They did not let go of me. This is what actually happened. I was planning on quitting in March anyway, but thankfully COVID came in, and then I received furlough payments. So I finessed them up until the 1st of August.
So you were on different kind of money.
I was on different kind of furlough money for no work as well. And then they said that if you're interested, they're going to be working from home. Like they said, fill in an application and we'll send you the kit and you can work from home. But they were demanding too many hours and my internet is very, very shoddy. So I decided not to continue. So I survived and I left on my own terms, unlike Daniel and Nuwfall.
Well, could you have not gone back now?
I could have. I could, but I don't know if they're hiring now.
Well,
Anyway, I'm free
funny
from
you
it.
say that, because on LinkedIn, I matched with this guy from my course, and he started working as our first football recently. And that was pretty funny. I was like, okay. I mean, I don't understand why they let go of people just to get new people. Makes no sense.
Yeah, that's true. Especially quality workers like Nuwfall and Daniel.
You know what's funny? Like Mahmoud, like you joke about it. My guy used to always put me in post QA because I would put the work in, I would graft, I'd do it properly. Certain man would just click finish next.
Yeah, that's definitely not me.
That makes no sense to anyone except us, Nuwfall. So I don't know why you mentioned that.
Basically,
You don't have to explain it. It's
actually
not
looked at
that interesting. You don't have to explain
I'm gonna explain it. Because
the podcast is gonna get cut out from now until.
No, listen. Me and Mahmoud learned about this in law. Well, I did. Sorry, actually, let me rephrase. I did employment law for 2 weeks and I dropped it. But the employment contract is not fair. Okay, I cannot argue my perspective. However, these men were basically you have to correct the AI when it goes wrong.
None of this is gonna be on. Just want to say that.
Bro, if this isn't in it, I'm never coming in any other one.
This is not gonna be it.
I'll replace him. I'll replace him.
That's it, boys. This is me writing. This is me standing up for my employer rights and freedom of speech. Okay? You include this, I'm not coming on. Anyway.
There's no First Amendment here.
That's just a private
Okay,
platform.
this is the UK. There is no First Amendment here.
That's
There's the
true.
European Human Court, all of that.
On the talk of amendments, Nuwfall, can you tell us about an incident at a final stage interview that referred to the Fifth Amendment?
Maybe we should not go into trauma. I feel like we should stay on trauma.
I think.
What do you mean? Hold on.
Let's stay with first football.
What's the Fifth Amendment?
I plead the Fifth, Nuwfall. Does that ring any bells? Pleading the Fifth. A certain here.
Oh, like, yeah, but that was this. Okay, guys, listen. I had 3 interviews in that with the firm. One of this interview went sick, bro. This guy told me a case study about Libya, and I was speaking to him about Libya, and then he was basically speaking about like certain because of like certain amendments in like the US, for example, like pleading the Fifth and not speaking. But then there's also like other. Anyway, long story short, this guy was like making like movie references and stuff, and then I was like, and then he was basically telling me like about the amendments. Anyway, point being is I smashed that interview. There was another interview where I don't want to diss the guy because respecting that. Basically, I walk into the interview, mind my business. Hi, how are you? I told Daniel this.
We
Basically,
talked about
I'm
this.
200
We talked
IQ.
about this.
I'll talk about it again. I'm 200 IQ. There was still water and sparkling water on the table. Okay? I'm thinking in my head, most people go for the still water. So I'm going to pick the sparkling water because people don't go for the sparkling water. And I'm going to say most people don't like sparkling water to create a conversation. I'm that smart that I think 10 steps ahead. I'm a chess master. This guy turns around and says, oh, okay, and pause it. And he goes, I don't mind it. The deadest voice, no energy, nothing. Sits down, asks me, why do I want to do law? We're starting off easy, starting off nice. Why I want to do law. I start answering. He cuts me off first sentence and changes the question. And I'm like, whatever. Anyway, that interview goes horrible. I go home and one of my feedbacks is, there's no motivation for law.
I told you, he's just not that much into sparkling water. That's it. That's what happened.
Yeah, I don't think that was a really high IQ move, Nuwfall. I think you overthought what was going on, and it didn't work.
But that was a high IQ move. I'm trying to create a conversation.
I think there's other ways to create a conversation that's interesting.
I was breaking the ice.
Bro.
You know what? Talking about ice might have been better than talking about sparkling water.
Bro, I just said, I legit just picked the sparkling water. I said, most people don't pick it. And he goes, yeah, I don't mind it. That's it. Like in the deadest voice. Like, it's not even deep.
You know what,
And
Daniel?
then,
I make dua that you never experienced this.
Oh, I was also going to say, oh, that interview, the same one about I plead the fifth, the guy was telling me what I got left. And I was like, okay, this is my final interview. And he goes, you have the worst to come. I'm like, what? He goes, the sandwiches. I'm thinking, he's trying to bounce with me. Let's go. I got this in the bag. And I'm like, haha, what, are the sandwiches bad? Because he's like, it's the worst to come. And he turns around and he goes, nah, they're all right. So why'd you make the joke?
See, he was trying to do a sparkling water back at you, but it didn't really work.
No, bro, these men are so dead. Like, you know what? I don't want to work. These men would probably be the driest environment to work in. They're all depressed. Apparently 30% of lawyers are depressed.
Are you sure that you went to a law interview, not to an engineering one? Because those people sound socially awkward. I mean, you sound pretty socially awkward, but that's different.
No, you know what? I've said this before. I think the law interviews really opened up my social aspect. Like, as much as I took all those L's, I do feel like they helped with me opening up.
Yeah, you know what? It has been beneficial. It's taught me one thing.
Here comes the joke.
Never, ever, ever, ever believe in yourself. That's what it taught me. Because
no, to be fair,
I will be honest. I thought
good.
some of them.
Yeah.
I thought I smashed at least 3 assessment centers. Like, I left and the first one, this particular company, on the train journey home, I was like, yeah, I've got this. It was my first one. And then when I received that email, like, you didn't get it, oh my God, that killed me. And then from there, it was just a downward trajectory of, you know what, I'm not going to get anything. Which is not the right mentality to adopt. But when you've got, negativity around you, Nuwfall, all of that.
I got more assessment centers than you. I don't want to hear that.
But to be fair,
cumulatively.
that is a good advice. Always doubt yourself, because at the end of the day...
Hold on. That is not good advice.
No, it is. Always doubt yourself.
No, it's
Let
not.
me finish my point. Always doubt yourself, because at the end of the day, the only opinion that matters is yours. Don't let other people define who you are. Just think about yourself, improve yourself. That's it. Never give up. John Cena, you can't see me.
I would rephrase that into don't be overconfident and be self-critical as opposed to doubting yourself.
Nah, always doubt yourself.
That's the worst. I mean,
guys, always doubt yourself. There's one thing you learn from today. Always doubt yourself. And when life is going well, doubt yourself more.
I mean, look what it did. Look what it did to that famous Pakistani footballer. He was once at Crew's Academy, and now where is he?
So we have this segment. We introduced it in the last episode. Nuwfall doesn't want to do 10 topics, so we'll do 5 topics. So I'll say different stuff, like different words or different topics, and you guys have to tell me yay or nay. So if you guys are okay with it, if you approve of it, or if you think it's bad or whatever. Okay.
Yeah. Go on. Nuwfall, do you think Bush did 9/11?
No, we're not. Are we getting into conspiracy? No, we're not getting into that.
We've done a whole... See, Mahmoud, you don't support the podcast. We already did an episode about that. And we have come to the conclusion that...
You'll find out in that episode.
Bleep, 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 bleep.
Bleep bleep. Okay.
The first one I want to say, so we usually do 10 things, but we're going to do 5. We might do 10, we'll see. So the first thing I want to say is anime.
Hell yes. To the yes.
I think nay over the age of 10. Like, you shouldn't be watching cartoons after at the age of 11. I can't lie.
It's not cartoons, it's anime.
It's the same thing, Nuwfall.
Okay, Daniel's the third.
No, keep arguing. I think
No, this is Nuwfall. This is why you're short, because you're still watching children's shows. That's why. Like, for you to grow, you actually need to grow up and stop watching it.
For you to grow, you have to grow up.
No, that's some
Big
bad
man.
argument.
Like, no, you literally responded as a year 6 would respond. You repeated what I said.
I know you are, but
in
what
a
am
mocking
I?
voice. Yeah, that's
I know
literally
you
what
are,
you
but
did.
what am I?
That's literally what you did.
I know you are, but what am I?
Daniel, can you tell him to stop? And actually come up with a rational argument.
You had like a married couple who are like under 10 years old. weird.
Whoa. That sounded dodge.
No, well, obviously, so one of you said yes, the other one said no. I'm gonna say, obviously, I used to bash it when I was a kid. I thought that was the only thing in my life, like animes. Mahmoud, you watched Yu-Gi-Oh? That's an anime.
Yu-Gi-Oh was the best.
Yeah, that's an anime.
Like,
so
childhood thing. Yeah.
would you watch it now? Like, why not? Sometime, every now and then. Why not? Just an episode, just for memory's sake, right?
That's on that topic. I actually did watch like some in lockdown. I actually bought a set. Like, I bought like a pack of 100 Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and I bought the 3 what are the 3 guys called? The 3
the red one, the green one, and the
the red, blue, and yellow. Like
yellow.
called,
Sorry,
like, the
Ra, something like Egyptian.
Yeah, which is shirk, but yeah, I don't want to
Yeah.
say that the 3 Egyptian quote unquote gods.
Yeah.
Astaghfirullah.
Astaghfirullah.
But yeah.
A'udhu billah. You have to remake it, Shahada. Go on, make it right now from all over years.
Ashhadu
Go
an
on.
la ilaha
Ashhadu.
illallah wa ashhadu Muhammad Rasulullah. There we go. Yeah.
That's what I like,
So yeah,
what I like.
that's a good anime, but that's the danger of anime. Anime leads you to leaving Islam. Refute that, Nuwfall.
It does.
Brother, this is a sign of extremism. For Allah.
I know there's.
Niffy, what's your favourite
I know
anime?
now they've got characters in anime who are like Muslim, you know.
Oh, crazy. So
Mate,
that
what's it? Jojo
Siwa.
has one character
Oh.
called Abdullah or something.
Yeah, that guy. He looks like KSI, finally. Anyways, no, I would say anime, yay,
Oh.
but I haven't got too much. Like, they require a lot of time to like stay. So I don't know. I watched some of them again because of lockdown, but I enjoy them. They're not bad. They can be pretty good. So I would say yay for anime. But
I'm gonna have to take the L on this one, but yeah, I'm firm. Nay.
No, you have to take the L on this one.
Yeah, I'm taking the L on this one. Yeah, I have to firm it. But yeah,
fair.
100%.
Next.
the second one is running.
Like,
It's a nay from me because man's looks like a skeleton, so I can't build muscle if I'm running.
a definite yay. That's how I lost. That's how I went from 80 kg in year 9 to like 52 kg, running every single day. I think it's really good for you.
Is there a specific time where you like to run?
Ideally, very early in the morning. However, I am very lazy, and I haven't done a morning run in years. But then again, my brother just started recently, the last month, because he started driving. He goes straight after Fajr with his friend. He picks him up in Sale, which is the town right next to us, and he goes to like the water park and he runs around there for like half an hour.
Jeez.
What about you, Daniel?
No, I love running. Yeah, I just before I used to listen to music and run. Now I just listen to podcasts. It's pretty nice. It's like, I don't know, listening to podcasts just like keeps your mind distracted on the thing. So when you concentrate on the topic and like it doesn't even feel like you're running. And then if a podcast like 40, 50 minutes, it doesn't have to be that long. You just run for that long without even realizing, which is pretty good. With music, on the other hand, each song is like 3 seconds. And like, as soon as this song is done, you're like, oh shit, I'm still running. It's just been 3 minutes. You don't even realize that. And plus music as well. I mean, yeah, boys, yeah.
Very good. And podcasts, you can learn stuff.
Yeah, you can also learn stuff. But yes,
Which
running is definitely...
Which podcast would you recommend to people to listen to?
I've been listening to podcasts that have been recorded in the past by like people that still produce podcasts, like Logan Paul, for example. His he does have some interesting guests, and he does talk about some interesting stuff sometimes. So I do listen to Impulsive sometimes. There's a podcast that talks about billionaires called Grub Stakers, and I mean it basically exposes billionaires, but it's pretty cool. It just makes them look like filth. Also shows how they made their money and stuff like that. It's called Grub Stakers. Obviously the OG Joe Rogan Experience. That's pretty good. Not all of them. Some of them, I don't know. Joe Rogan just goes back to the same. Oh, I eat elk. I like to shoot guns. I like Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Those are his 3 topics.
Mushrooms.
And then sometimes he
Mushrooms
just
and
goes.
weed.
Yeah, mushrooms and DMT.
DMT.
Yeah. I mean, those are like his traits, right? And like sometimes it gets repetitive because he does get a lot of right-wing people, and like they share those kind of views, like, oh, military, yes, you're a good guy and stuff like that. But he does have some interesting guests. Like he did have a Muslim MMA instructor, and like
Firas Zahabi.
Yeah,
That's a very good.
Yeah,
the episodes, those ones are really good.
That podcast is really good. He's like not philosopher. What's it called? Is it philosopher? I don't know.
He is philosopher.
He studied philosophy, and like he showed some perspective that were pretty interesting. It was pretty.
Yeah, I think the best on that topic, just quickly.
Yeah.
Like I think some of the best Joe Rogan Experience podcasts that I've seen, the Alex Jones ones for comedic value. Like just listening to that, honestly, is worth just having it on in the background. I like the Ben Anderson one, who was a Vice News correspondent, who used to go to like the Islamic State and do like documentaries there. That one's really good. I think the Bob Lazar one, the UFOs, that one's a really good one. I like that one. The Firas Zahabi one again. But yeah, he's had like some really, really good guests on.
Yeah, that's why he has 10 million subscribers. He's the biggest podcast. But yeah, so back to the original topic, running. Yes, definitely a yay. Nuwfall, you did say no, but like, except from the fact that you're skinny, so you don't want to run because of that. Do you just like not enjoy running at all?
No, I do. I used to run.
So then it's a yay, innit? What's wrong with that?
Yeah, I guess. But not like I don't do it anymore. So.
Okay. You're detoxing from running. Okay, this one is. I mean, we can give our own opinion from it. Christmas, since we're getting to Christmas slowly.
All I want for Christmas
is you.
is
No.
you.
This is a categoric, unequivocal no.
As a Muslim in a Western country, I love it. Yes, love it. Love the snow, love the trees, love Santa. Wait, what?
That's crazy. I can't lie, the vibe is like it's I won't say it's a good time to spend family, but everyone tends to be off, depending. And back in the day when it used to actually snow, like it's a nice sort of like time of year, but obviously not the Christmas bit, yeah.
Like obviously it's not in our religion, obviously, so we can't like it like that. But because we're brought up in a Western society, it is sort of in our culture. I mean, not really, but like it's kind of there, innit? Like you just experience it because you live here. So as you are brought up in this country, we kind of have to experience Christmas as much as we don't condone it or whatever. But yeah, I would say, I don't know, I don't really get anything from it or lose anything from it. I mean, the only thing I gain is just the time off uni. But even then, there's a lot of work to do. So I don't know how much that's positive. But yeah, probably just nay because we don't really celebrate Christmas.
But what is a yay in that time of year is watching Home Alone.
Oh, yeah.
My boy Trump makes a cameo.
Yeah, he does, yeah.
My guy.
Home Alone 2. Big up.
I think the next one's the fourth one. Blue Eyes.
Bro, are we a certain German individual?
Blonde and blue eyes.
Nah, I mean, the next one is definitely not blonde.
Can you be specific? Like what, for yourself or?
Just in general,
like
you can expand. You can look at it the way you want to. Like, it's up to you. Like, I think on other people, on yourself, on your kids. I don't know.
I don't think you'd I don't think it would suit me. I don't think my kid would have it. But they are nice. I do prefer green though. Oh, I think Nuwfall would share the same views probably.
Next question.
But you haven't even said if you like give me an opinion
No,
on blue
Daniel,
eyes.
I don't know.
Me and Nuwfall have
I'll tell you
discussed
this
this.
much.
We've discussed it
Sorry?
before. Green is like the best, brown and then blue.
Do you know what it is? For us, we obviously have brown eyes, so we look at like coloured eyes like wow. But then like Scandinavians, apparently they like look at our features and they're like wow. Plus
It's the
anyway now I
opposite,
swear
yeah.
like people I swear people like more like the Middle Eastern features anyway. Like that's the what's in right now. No?
I don't know. I feel like that's subjective, but
So why is there no demand for us, Nuwfall?
Well, this is Ray's off podcast. That is not.
no, I see people with like blue. Like, thing is, if you see white people with blue eyes, it's not that much of a big deal. I feel like it's pretty common. But if you see like someone like us, that brown or like Arab or whatever, then it kind of stands out. Or like even African people, it stands out like that, which is pretty cool, I guess. But I don't know. Yeah,
Especially on what are those islands that are off the coast of? Is it the Canary? Not Canary. Is it Canary?
whereabouts?
The ones off the coast of Portugal. Let me just find it.
Yeah,
here. I'm just gonna Google it.
Balearic Island, Canary Island.
Yeah, though the natives there, they're black. They're like African, but they have blonde hair and blue eyes. Like it really stands out. So yeah, I think for us, yeah, I think we would have a preference for it. Obviously because we're not as like it's less common for us.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I like blue eyes.
Okay, I guess the last one. Water parks. I don't know if you've ever been to water parks.
I have not actually. I have been. I've been to a Libyan water park.
what does that
No,
look like?
listen to this. It's like 5 slides. And you know what? It's not even like it's not obviously it's nothing compared to what water parks are, but like for what the country can provide, it's actually really good. And that's the only time I've been to a water park.
So is that yay then for like your experience? Would you want to go
I'd
to a
say
water
yeah.
park,
Yeah, I would. Yes.
Mahmoud?
I think it's a yay. Like I've been to a few. I went to the Blackpool one. I went to one down south when we went like on trip to the south. I forgot where it was. I was quite young. I didn't enjoy it that much because back in the day, obviously, man was rather fat. So I used to wear like a t-shirt. I was that self-conscious. So I was mainly like aware of what people looking and stuff. So I didn't get to enjoy it as much. But
Times are different now, Mahmoud. Times are different.
Your body different. Your body
yeah,
different.
I'm just less fat right now. But yeah, it was fun. Like, yeah, it was very fun. But I don't know about the hygiene. And now, like with COVID, I'm like just in general, I don't think like water parks are not the most hygienic.
Yeah. So
The way-
for my opinion, I prefer water parks to like theme parks, because I don't know, it feels like it's more likely that you could die in a water park. It feels like, I don't know, I like that near death experience in water parks. While in theme parks it feels too safe. I don't know. There's more.
Is this your reason for what? What?
As in,
How
as
is
in,
the theme park
as in,
safer?
like, there's more adrenaline in water parks because there's less restrictions, right? There's nothing like that keeps you there. So it's like you're
God knows how many feet up in the air and some cart thing that goes.
no,
God knows
maybe
how quick.
no, maybe it is more dangerous, but it feels more dangerous to like be half naked in the middle of the sky. I mean, not in the middle of the sky, but like sliding down.
What?
God knows where.
Huh?
But so yeah, I do prefer. It's a yay for me, but again, the hygiene is awful. Like if you think about the amount of kids that go there and that don't know how to.
I don't know why you.
No, listen, no.
Adults go there too.
No,
Adults go
but
there
the amount
too.
of kids that go there and urinate because they don't know how to urinate. They just urinate in the pool, like in the water. And like the filtration system ain't that quick, bro. Like, yes, it will filter eventually, but ain't that quick. A lot of
That's
people
true.
do that and it's so dirty. And like people walk about without sliders or anything like that. And that's another cause of concern. But yeah, it's very, very dirty. But still, yeah, I don't know.
Yes, a nay from me, 100%. because the
So,
hygiene is just too much. Nay.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, guys, I mean, I don't want to proceed because Nuwfall has to be the guy that ends the party, that kills the party. So,
Oh,
Just before we
Always
end,
me.
just before we end, like a topic that we do all like, actually mainly me and Daniel. Daniel, what do you think of Serie A this year? Quickly.
ooh, Serie A this year is actually very interesting because for the first time,
Lukaku number
Because
one.
for the first time, Juve are not up there, and it's actually making me gassed a lot. Lazio, they've been putting some mad comebacks at the end, which is pretty interesting. Obviously,
Inzaghi does juju. Inzaghi does juju. Has to.
yeah, Inzaghi does some madness with his hair. And then obviously the guy that you obviously have to talk about, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, have been owning the whole Serie A with his majestic comeback. He could bring. I don't know if he's gonna make AC Milan win the league, but he will definitely keep them top three. I reckon this season. Roma. I don't want to talk about Roma because they play weird sometimes. I don't know.
But I think they've been really good this year, Roma. Like, for me, I think the four best teams in order probably Milan, Napoli, Roma, and then like Juventus or Sassuolo. Like, I think it'll end up being, I think honestly, Milan could win it this year. Napoli, they've got a really good team. Roma, good team, but I don't think you have the depth. I think it'll be really close up top because Juve, they've got Ronaldo, who's back now. But honestly, as a Juve fan, this is the first time in like 9 years I've been troubled. And I'm actually worried because even though everyone loves Pirlo, can't lie, the management has not been it.
No, I think
Inter Milan,
I think they'll
they'll
pull it back eventually, but it's gonna be really close. It's gonna be really close.
Okay, who's your favourite player in Serie A right now?
In Serie A, I like. I think Hakimi. Hakimi's been playing sick for Inter. But there's other. I can't think of other players right now. What about you?
I think for each team, like I probably can go the top team. So Milan, obviously Zlatan, but I think like someone who's really impressed me has been Ismail Ben Nasser.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
a
he's been sick as well.
He is amazing. He's not going to stay at Milan for, I don't think, more than another year or two. I think he's probably going to end up at Barcelona or Real Madrid. He's that level, and Algerian, so you have to respect it. Sassuolo, who are second right now, Caputo, like this guy, up until the age of 30, he never played in Serie A. He was only in Serie B. And last season he got like 18 goals, and I think he's top scorer or second top scorer. Napoli, who's been good for... Herving Lozano's been good. Last season he wasn't good. This year he's been good. Roma, who's been your standout?
Bro,
Mkhitaryan's
been playing
which is funny.
sick. Pedro has been doing all right, not too bad.
Your front line is literally Premier League rejects.
Yeah.
Dzeko, Mkhitaryan and
Bro,
Pedro.
we always do that. We did that with Gervinho. We make them better. We did that with Salah. Bro, we do it every season. We make them like so much better, and then we sell them off. It's insane.
Chris Maldini.
Yeah, Chris
And then
Maldini, obviously.
Juventus, like obviously Ronaldo is going to be my favourite. Atalanta, probably Zapata. And then Inter Milan will finish off. Actually, and Lazio as well. Inter Milan, you know what? I hated Lukaku at United, but he's not the same player anymore. He's actually good. Like he's got a first touch now. It's crazy. And then Lazio, yeah, Andreas Pereira. No, I'm joking.
He did score. He did score though in this.
Yeah, he did. Why is it all these Prem players? Serie A literally gives them a career. It's hilarious.
Italy gave him his Brazilian nationality back.
Yeah. He was
He
Albanian
got it
at
back.
United, yeah. Lazio, yeah, Immobile. Just class. But yeah.
You're
I think it was
one of the few people here that actually follow Serie A. I mean, a lot of people have started following Serie A because of Ronaldo, obviously. But you're one of the few people that actually keeps up properly with Serie A, which is pretty nice.
I'd say I watch most of Milan and Inter's games, most of Napoli's. I'd say half of Roma's and all of Juve's, which is a good amount of games, to be honest. But yeah, it's been like, yeah, this season, even the Premier League, like, pretty much all the big leagues, maybe besides the Bundesliga, have been, like, completely up in the air with COVID. Like, this season, Leicester could win it, Tottenham could win it, Aston Villa could win it. You don't know.
Yeah, the Premier League is going to be insane. What's your top 4 prediction?
Prem.
I think Ollie's been talking to the Juju Africans, all of that. And I think Ollie is going to get us top 1.
Okay.
Okay, Nuwfall, then the rest.
Okay, jokes aside, I think I thought Everton had a chance, but they lost to us.
They've lost 3 in a row now.
Yeah, like they flopped it. I thought Aston Villa had a chance as well.
They
But
do.
Leicester's doing what?
Aston Villa, if they've played 7 games, Leicester are top with 8 games and 18 points.
Bro, the difference
Villa
between
are 7.
Aston Villa and Leicester is 3 points.
Yeah, and they've played 1 game less. So if Aston Villa win their next game, they go top. They've got Jack Grealish. I think honestly, I think it'll be
Go on.
Tottenham. I think Tottenham Mourinho's going to win it. Tottenham, Chelsea, Leicester, and Aston Villa top 4. That's my top 4.
No Liverpool.
Too many
No
injuries,
City.
man. Their entire back four is injured.
Yeah, that's an interesting decision. Now, I would say...
Van Dijk out the whole season. Robertson a month. Trent a month. They've lost 2 centre-backs, Gomez and Fabinho, who's a CDM but also plays there. How can you play with no defenders?
How many games until the transfer window?
Around the halfway point, maybe 9 or 10. Halfway point of the season.
9 until the transfer window.
Yeah, around that. Yeah.
Oh,
around that.
sure, then, yeah, might lose some points. No, because I was going to say, maybe if they're able to, like, survive to, like, get some points until then, Liverpool can just buy, like, bare good defenders and, like, make up the team. And then actually be able to come back. No, I would say, Spurs. I don't want to put an order to my top 4, but yeah, I would include Spurs there. I would include Chelsea there. Either one between Liverpool and City. I'm not sure which one. Either one of them. And then the 4th one, I'm going to do a Mazzolini and put United there. Because they're going to do another unexpected madness.
You're crazy.
But they're not going to
Never
be top
will
3. If they do make it, it's going to be top 4. Like, not top 3, yeah.
Guys, I'll tell you mine. Mine is Aston Villa, Leicester, Chelsea and United.
Cool. Nuwfall, as long as you haven't taken a picture with Ollie, United have a chance.
True. If you have that, that's it. It's finished.
If Nuwfall takes a picture with you, it's your season's tank.
I'm gonna go find all these Premier League managers and just curse them.
Nuwfall just sat in his room doing
Loki,
juju.
I'm the African Juju. Ollie's been banging. He's sending me on missions.
You mentioned
Pictures and all that.
That's crazy. But yeah, honestly, it'd be a good season this year.
Unless COVID ends it and then Leicester just win the league right now.
Yeah. What if Ollie gets COVID and dies? I think many United fans would be happy.
Many, but not all, right?
Yeah, not all, 100%. I wouldn't be, because he's a legend and I don't want him to die. But I do want him sacked.
Dying is a bit extreme, right?
100%. We never know because Nuwfall's Juju. I've heard it's evolved. I heard Nuwfall went on a trip to China and that's what started COVID.
Yeah, they taught me the ways of the Juju.
The
And now
Chinese
basically, if you
Juju.
go on, every country has its own Juju. China has it, America has it. Just everybody calls it different names. Did you get me?
So what's
Anyway.
the Chinese Mandarin version of Juju? What do you call it?
I can't say it because then it sounds racist. So I'm not doing it.
In my head, I thought of something that you could have said, and yeah, you'd have been cancelled.
So they taught me the ways. And obviously I went back to talk to Ollie a bit, and I told him, look, big man, it's not been your couple of years. I know last season you got 3rd, all of that. We got 3rd last year, right?
Yeah, 3rd.
So I was like, look, I'll meet you halfway. We'll win the Champions League, but I can't give you a top 6 in the Premier League. So pick one. He was like, you know what? I'll take 7th in the Premier League, but I want to win the Champions League. I was like, say no more, and that's like the agreement we came to.
Well, guys, I feel like that could conclude the episode today. I know we're back. We've been back after like 4 weeks. Just a little announcement. We're gonna record episodes and upload them on YouTube up to episode 10, and then from then onwards, we're just gonna upload on Spotify and other listening platforms. we're doing this because we're trying to keep our loyal listeners on like the listening apps platforms.
We're doing this because we're lazy.
And because we're lazy as well. The reason why I haven't been uploading too much is because obviously I've got uni work, and doing the file that I have to upload on YouTube might require too much work, and I haven't got that much time. But just uploading on Spotify, Apple Music, and the rest isn't too much of a burden. Therefore, up to episode 10, that's going to be the end of the first season. We might take a break and then be back around Christmas time. We'll see. Or we might still record, but make sure you follow us on Spotify and these other listening platforms. Follow us, download the episode. Apparently I've learned that if you download the episode, you'll also earn money in Nuwfall. So make sure you push other people to download the episode.
Guys, I have a family to feed, so please download it, please.
Yes.
Pity me.
I need to buy a PlayStation, guys. Please.
I mean,
Who said you're getting money? Who are you?
Oh my god.
oh yeah, sure, we forgot.
joking.
Shiraz is not here because he's busy. we forgot.
I was gonna mention him at the beginning, but I was like, you know what, I'll move
I
it.
forgot to address that fully. He's busy with uni as well, and we'll try to have him for the next episode. But don't worry, the trio is still active, I believe. But we had a lovely guest today. Thank you, Mahmoud, for your time.
Thank you very much for having me on. It's been a pleasure.
No problem.
Okay, bye.
On that,
Goodbye, everyone.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alright, so.